So you leveled up your hero. You are participating in different endgame activities. You are obtaining tier 3 artifacts and weaponry. You are deciding which chips and runes are right for your build. You are rerolling your stats to provide as much impact as possible for your party members. And still, there are areas in the game that can significantly improve your hero's performance, mastery and passive talent upgrade systems. Today I would like to talk about them. I will describe the full process of upgrading talents, show how it works, and share details that are easy to miss if you haven't encountered these systems before. Let's begin. I'll start with the recently added Mastery Talents improvement system. Each class has its own skills and corresponding skill upgrade tree. Recently, developers implemented 3 power levels for Mastery Talents. The first level is acquired when you initially take the talent. You can see how a talent will improve by hovering your cursor over it and pressing shift. For example, as a shaman player, some talents improve my combat mobility, increase single target damage, enhance area damage, boost hidden performance, or improve survivability. You need to carefully decide which improved talents best suits your build or playstyle, as your options are limited. You can only improve 1 talent to level 3 or 2 talents to level 2. How do you improve Mastery Talents? Tier 3 weaponry is required to enhance them. By default, Tier 3 weapons don't automatically improve your Mastery Talents. To enhance them, you need to either craft an upgraded or overclocked weapon or insert Mastery Talents into your existing Tier 3 weapon. Let's discuss the first method. To craft a Tier 3 weapon, you need to obtain and learn the weapon recipe. Make sure you have craftsman proficiency in weaponsmithing, otherwise you won't be able to learn the recipe. Currently, we can't buy this recipe from weaponry NPCs in cities like we can with Tier 1 and Tier 2 recipes. The only options are buying from certain prison island NPC who have a chance to sell these recipes, receiving them as a reward from arena or battleground victories, or purchasing them from the marketplace, though prices for desirable recipes are often unreasonable. I hope developers will make Tier 3 weaponry recipes more accessible. I'll keep you updated in the pinned comment if there are any changes to recipe drop rates. After learning the recipe, use the synthesis machine to craft an overclocked weapon. Instead of using the uncommon quality Tier 2 weapon specified in the recipe, use an epic quality one as an ingredient. This results in a Tier 3 overclocked weapon with 2 random Mastery Talent improvements. You can then reroll these talents using the synthesis machine and reforge recalibrator items until you are satisfied with the talents in your weapon. Simply equip this weapon to activate the improved talents. That's essentially all regarding the first method. Let's talk about the second way. We need to obtain improved talents as actual items and get a Tier 3 weapon. For Tier 3 weapons, the process is straightforward. You can receive a Tier 3 weapon as a quest reward. For example, the Ludwig quest chain, which starts with the Diabo skill, offers a Tier 3 weapon. Some quests and steps also include Tier 3 weapons among their rewards. Alternatively, you can find Tier 3 weapons as loot drops inside Prison Island or purchase them from the Weaponry Prison Island NPC. Or you can simply buy one on the marketplace. Obtaining the items that represent improved talents is more complicated. There are 2 approaches. First, you can craft an overclocked Tier 3 weapon as described earlier, then reroll the talents until you get the ones you need. Next, you'll need to extract these talents from the weapon. To do this, you need a special item called a talent fragmenter. You can obtain this by visiting the artifact NPC in Riverise and buying the recipe. Remember, you need craftsman proficiency to learn it. Once you have the recipe, bring 2 Tier 3 materials and 1 Grand Catalyst to the crafting station to create the item. Alternatively, you can buy a talent fragmenter directly from the marketplace. Once you have a Tier 3 weapon with the talent you need and a talent fragmenter, the only missing item is a dismantling tool. Bring these 3 items to the synthesis machine. An important note, 1 talent fragmenter can only extract 1 talent from the weapon. If you use only 1 talent fragment during the extraction process, it will randomly choose 1 talent from the 2 in the weapon. Therefore, if you have only 1 important talent in your Tier 3 weapon or want to extract both talents, you'll need 2 talent fragmenters. Bring 2 talent fragmenters, 1 dismantling tool and the Tier 3 weapon to the synthesis machine. Press Synthesize and you'll receive 2 items with your extracted talents, each called Talent Merger. Alternatively, you can buy the Talent Merger with your desired talent directly from the marketplace. Prices tend to be high because the extraction process demands significant time, resources, and luck from crafters. If you want to skip the extraction stage and don't mind the cost, this is a convenient option. Unfortunately, the marketplace lacks filtering options by class or talent name. You must type Talent Merger in the search bar and manually scan through the images to find the talent you need. While this isn't user-friendly, I'm confident the developers are aware of this needed quality of life improvement, and I hope to see better filtering or talent name search functionality soon. What I would also appreciate, and this doesn't require developer attention, is your feedback. Knowing that you enjoy and find this video helpful is all I need. It would mean a lot if you could show your support through a like, subscription or comment. Thank you. Once you have your tier 3 weapon and the extracted talents you need, you bring everything back to the synthesis machine and add 1 grand catalyst per talent merger. For example, if you are inserting 2 talents, you'll need 2 grand catalysts. After pressing Synthesize, you receive your tier 3 weapon with the talents inside it. When we use this insertion process to improve our mastery talents, the item becomes forged. Forged items lose durability over time as you play. You'll lose durability when you die if the weapon is equipped. Even during regular combat against mobs or other players, the forged items gradually loses durability. When the weapon reached 0 durability, it won't be destroyed, it simply stops working. To restore a forged item's durability, you need an item called mend-o-matic. Similar to the talent fragmenter, you can either buy the recipe from a construction NPC, learn it and craft it yourself, or purchase one from the marketplace. For this process we don't need the synthesis machine. Simply place the forged item in your backpack, right-click on the mend-o-matic item, then right-click on the forged item. This restores the durability, allowing you to use the item again if it had previously reached 0 durability. That covers all the essentials of the Mastery Talent upgrade system. Let me quickly share how I recently applied this process to my own hero. First, I purchased the lowest priced knuckle recipe on the marketplace, which was the marrow bone variant. Next, I crafted an overclocked knuckle and used reforged recalibrators to roll for my needed talent, Extended Totem. I repeated this process with a second overclocked knuckle. Then I extracted these talents using talent fragmenters and inserted them into my primary weapon, the Moonlight Gauntlets. Once equipped, the talent was improved to level 3, which you can observe by the increase in damage with each hit of the totem. Let's talk about passive talent improvements. The system works exactly the same way as with weapons and mastery talents, but here we use tier 3 artifacts instead. I won't show the same process twice, so here is a quick recap. You either craft an overclocked tier 3 artifact and reroll talents with reforged recalibrators, or you insert talents after extracting them from another artifact, or after simply buying the talent you need from the marketplace. There are important differences between mastery and passive talents. Mastery talents can be improved up to level 3 simply because you can't equip more than one weapon. With passive talents, however, you can carry 6 artifacts simultaneously, each with 2 talents improvements. This means you can improve 12 talents by level 2 or 3 talents up to level 5, or simply distribute 12 talents how you want. Yes, passive talents have 5 power levels, with the first level obtained when initially taking the talent. The other 4 stages can be improved with the help of tier 3 artifacts. Another key difference is that there aren't many mastery talents inside your hero's tree, making it relatively easy to find the one you need during the roll stage. Passive talents are much harder to find. The passive talent improvement system doesn't care which branches you chose on your hero or which talents you took inside those branches. Instead, it draws from a pool of 120 passive talents, and each reroll gives you 2 random ones. From my experience, I recently tried to find harmonic trade-off talent. I used 90 reforged recalibrators and still couldn't find the talent I wanted. Therefore, after spending a decent amount of gold, I had to buy this talent from the marketplace because I simply ran out of recalibrators and didn't want to buy more and gamble again. Then I inserted this talent inside the artifact and got my passive talent improved to level 3. In conclusion, it's not that difficult to improve mastery talents, but upgrading the passive talents you want can take dozens of hours. Now let's talk about important details, potential pitfalls, and concepts that aren't immediately obvious. First, you can roll identical talents. With luck, you might get both talents you need immediately after crafting or after using a Reforged Recalibrator. For instance, when searching for the harmonic trait of talent, I rolled 2 crit stackers right after crafting an Overclocked Tier 3 artifact. While I don't need these talents for my current build, there are considered meta options, so I can either use them in a future build or sell them on the marketplace for a good price. Remember that forged artifacts gradually lose durability. Restoring this durability requires using an item that's expensive on the marketplace or costs 3 Tier 3 materials plus the Grand Catalyst to craft. The more forged gear you equip, the more expensive it becomes to maintain your build. I recommend choosing carefully when deciding how many talents to forge versus how many to find through rerolling. You can still reroll stats and insert chips after adding talents to a weapon or artifact, despite what information I saw on Discord. I've tested it myself and it definitely works. Regarding the talent extraction process, as I already explained, using one talent fragmenter will extract only one talent out of 2 randomly. When the system was first released, the patch note indicated that one talent fragmenter would extract the first talent in order, the left one as you look at the artifact. Several Discord messages confirm this information. However, currently the extraction process is random. In my experience, I had an artifact with my required talent on the left, but when I used the one talent fragmenter, it took the talent on the right instead. I'm not sure if this is intentional or a bug, but this is how it works right now. Therefore, always use 2 talent fragmenters to ensure you extract the specific talent you want. Another important detail is that you can insert talents into an item that already has talents inside it, but only if it is not a forged item. For forged items, you cannot replace existing talents. Additionally, you cannot dismantle forged items to extract talents. The final detail concerns classes that can equip 2 weapon types simultaneously, such as the Shaman Knuckles, Infiltrator's weapons, or Legionaries and Champion's weapon plus shield systems. In these cases, only the first slot weapon provides bonuses related to mastery talents. You can roll talents in the second slot weapon, but they won't have any effect. This limitation was implemented to balance these classes with those that can only use one weapon type, like Destroyers or Rangers. That covers everything about this talent upgrade system. I hope I've provided all the important details and haven't missed anything significant. If I did overlook something, please let me know in the comments. Should any changes to this system occur in the future, I'll update the pinned comment with that information. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.